There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Belly of Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, oh blow me bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low.
All right, okay, you guys should be able to hear me now, and I'm gonna fix the players really quick. I was actually checking to see if it was working. I realized that for some reason, I think what it was is I'm pretty sure that Streamlabs did an update, and then all my sounds got screwed up. So I'll have to deal with that at a later time. But welcome everyone to Session 8 and our new time slot for Skull and Shackles. Joining me today are 4 amazing Buccaneers who have just recently actually gotten their own ship. They've got their own ship. They've got a crew that seems relatively loyal until the new Captain Caius screws up, I'm sure,
Yes.
at some point. But as is tradition,
It'll happen.
we're going to have everyone go around the table. We're going to have them introduce themselves. They're going to tell us who they're playing. And then we're going to have a delightful and magnificent recap from none other than myself. I'm going to do it this week. I'm not going to make anyone else do it. Didn't tell them they were doing it. I'm feeling really benevolent right now, so I'm going to do it myself. So with that being said, take it away, Atomic.
Hey everybody, I'm Atomic. I am going to be playing the lovely Harlan Blackmane, who is absolutely loved and adored by everybody. Our resident tiefling druid who, has once again found his love for the bow. And, it's been a week, but I'm glad to be back and, taking some frustrations out on some poor NPCs who may or may not deserve it.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Blau. I'm playing Captain Caius, the Asmodean anti-paladin, who no one likes as much as Harlan.
And I am Zeb, and I'm going to be playing Edward Tarbos, the first mate.
Very nice.
And I am Joaquin Rice Round, and I am the Bowswain. I am the Evangelist of Besmara. Long may she reign.
And of course, I am Darewolf, the Game Master, and it is always a pleasure to be here, my friends. I even remember to click record on this session. Like, I'm feeling pretty dandy about this. I really am. Like, I double-checked the sound. We didn't get, like, 10 minutes in. I was like, okay, is the sound working? Okay, it wasn't working. I fixed it. Like, you know what? He can be taught. That's all I'm saying. So in our last episode, our last session, which actually happened Monday, we've actually played twice this week now, which is super exciting. You guys delved into this horrible Grindylow cave, and there was some very close calls. There was a portcullis that came down and almost crushed you. There was this massive, like, squid monster that popped up and almost ate Caius. And really all of the fights, other than the actual boss fight, went really poorly, and then the boss fight was like, and they're dead. Because that dumb lady cast Fog Cloud, which helped you more than them, which was hilarious. But it was in her stats. She's like, she cast Fog Cloud. I was like, this seems stupid. It's only going to help them. And she did Fog Cloud. And I was like, are you sure, book? And the book was like, Fog Cloud. I was like, all right, here we go. And then Fog Cloud ended up killing them all, which was fantastic. But with that being said, they rescued 4 of their fellow crewmates and returned to the Man's Promise, soon to be renamed when they end up at Rickety Squibs at some point. But we're going to open, the party mentioned to me that they were interested in exploring the wreck of the Infernus. So what I'm going to do for everybody is I'm actually going to move the party over here, move you guys back over to Bonewrack Isle. I'm going to have you guys probably somewhere along the coast. Now, was the plan to wait for the Man's Promise to be repaired, sail it over, and then do a dive mission? Or were you thinking that you wanted to, like, as the Man's Promise is being prepared, take a longboat, go over there, and see what you could find? What's the best game plan here for you guys?
I think we wait for the repair. What do you guys think?
I think we wait for the repair because we disturb something and need to de-ass the area post, like, real quick, and then all do haste.
I like it. I like it. I like it. That is absolutely fine. So let me cut you guys over. It's gonna take about a week's time. Were there any conversations, interactions, discussions that any of you wanted to have during this particular week, or were you just kind of just going about your business, helping with repairs and keeping things pretty calm?
Well, I'm gonna have to have one with El Drunkerino.
Okay.
Cook.
With Coop?
El,
Oh.
El Drunkerino.
Oh
I can't
no.
forget his
Ambrose.
name.
Ambrose
Yeah.
Coop. Oh boy. All right. So
Because
what we'll do.
I was told that we must cut down on the
All right.
you know,
What we will do is we will actually pivot over to a scene inside of the Man's Promise. And what I'll do for the kids at home is I'll go ahead and boop us over to the Man's Promise, where we see and we can see the exterior of the doorway that leads into the galley of the Man's Promise, where we see Wakir. He's preparing to enter, and you can hear this very quiet, a little bit of a slurred sea shanty that is being sung. What you know in the captain's daughter, she was all right. Oh, hip away, hip away, hip away, mommy boys. And you can hear Coop is likely 3 sheets to the wind at this point. He is very drunk, but he is in the middle of likely preparing at least something resembling dinner. You may enter when you see fit. Walk here.
yes, Ambrose, good day to you, I don't know where his voice went. I'm just gonna go with this one today.
Okay, that works. That works.
Good day to you, sir.
Oh,
Singing early.
it's walk here. Hello.
It's Walk here, and I've got something I got to talk to you about.
He is looking at you, but he's looking slightly to the left of where you're standing, and he's focusing on that spot. And you can see his hand is gripping the cutting board, the cutting table, little prep table that he has there. He's gripping it. You can see that it's been nailed to the floor, obviously, to keep it from sliding when the ship is heeled over slightly. And he's just grabbing onto it. He's got a big butcher's knife in his left hand that's just kind of like swaying back and forth, not menacingly. He was chopping up some fish and preparing them for a meal for the crew. You may continue. What do you talk? Sorry.
I'll
Ooh.
I'll get I'll get his attention with my hand
Ooh,
over here
ooh,
to the left, and then I'll bring it to me. Right. All right, Ambrose.
Oh, yeah.
We've
Ooh.
got
Hmm.
we have an issue. I need you to be serious for a moment.
What?
Put down the knife. Come with me.
Thunk into the table, like very practiced. And he's going to follow you. Where are you leading him off to?
We're going to go to the little prep table area
Okay.
over here.
Okay.
I guess over here to this. I'm looking at the thing.
Okay. Okay.
You know, I'm just going to talk to him.
Yeah.
All right. Ambrose,
Yeah.
you know you're the best cook we've had.
That's only
I try to help when
it's
I
a
can,
low
but
bar. It's a low
no,
low
it's
tide.
not a low bar.
The low tide.
I've been on bad ships
Right.
with bad cooks, but we have an issue. As you know, the captain is a stickler for order, which is different from most captains. We have an issue with drunkenness. We need you to try to stop being drunkenness. Do you follow me?
Look here, I just want to tell you that I'm really glad you came to me with this, because I understand that sometimes people are suffering from issues they like to displace onto others. I'm here to help you through this trying time. I'm going to get you off the booze, okay? I love you. You're beautiful.
No. You're not paying attention.
He's not.
You will have to cut back. You have not be seen in public slovenly and drunkard.
Give me a diplomacy check.
I don't know if I'm any good at that. Let's see. Should be pretty good. I only get a +9.
Pretty good. He is friendly. You don't need that high. Ooh. Ambrose
Well,
Coop
And a
Book.
plus, so that's a 22 because he's on the one end. She's on the one.
Is watching you. He's looking at you. Now, he's not looking to your left or your right now. He's actually looking directly at you. And you can see those glossy eyes. He's obviously very, very intoxicated in this moment. But he leans slightly forward. And his breath has that... It smells like cooking brandy. Like cooking sherry, excuse me. Like it smells like bad alcohol. And he leans forward. He gets close. His teeth are yellowed. His breath is terrible. His eyes narrow to focus in on you. He's gonna get rid of me if I don't change, isn't he?
I don't know about getting rid of. You would be put on other duty until such time as you could prove yourself. I would not allow him to get rid of you without at least giving you a shot at redemption to your post. But should you fail, he is Asmodeus ruled. They follow a different code than Visara.
Starts to chew on his lower lip. It's a very nervous chew. He looks around at an open bottle of cooking alcohol.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
He looks back to you, back to the bottle.
Who do you trust to tell you what's good and what's bad? Who will you listen to? We will make them your helper.
I've got to be honest with you. His voice seems less slurred, and he seems more serious in this moment. I can't be trusted by myself.
That's what I mean. I'd like to give you some help. Is there someone on the crew that you have confidence in?
Brock is my oldest friend. I don't know if she'd want to stay in here with me.
I could look and see.
Thank you, Gear. I'm going to try.
That is all I ask. Try your best. Should you fail the first time, just know you'll be reassigned. After that, I will try to mitigate for you as much as I can.
He goes to reach for the cooking alcohol and then pulls his hand back.
I was about to cast command.
Could you take that with you, please?
Will do. And then I'll go find, is it Grok?
Yeah, Cutthroat Grok.
Seriously? Cutthroat Grok. And explain to Cutthroat Grok their new duties. They're to
Cutthroat
keep-
Grok will gladly accept that as a task,
Probably 'cause
and
it's a
promises
better
to
jo-
look after him as best as possible.
Probably a better job for him too.
Yeah. For her, she was the
Or-
quartermaster.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's willing to do it. She's willing to look
Yep.
after him for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So during one of the nights that you guys are on the ship, it's probably like a day after. I'd say a day after the evening that you speak with Ambrose. The captain is in his quarters and for some reason had asked to just have some time to himself. And none of you saw this, but a number of the crew mentioned that they saw strange, almost pulsating red light coming from the door frame, underneath the door, and through the keyholes. None were brave enough to go and look out of both fear and respect. They mentioned that they heard some very strange words, a strange language being spoken. And at one point they think they heard 2 voices. But next day, Caius emerged, seemed no different than before, and everyone went about their duties. Were there any other conversations that anyone wanted to have prior to pivoting to roughly a week later, where you guys are getting ready to set sail once again?
See.
Yeah.
So I think we had talked about the whole cook thing. I mean, I assume we talked about it amongst the officers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
After hearing that Grok was assigned, Harlan would, it's not really a conversation as much as just inform her he has a stash. So just keep an eye out, because he knows that Harlan, he shared from that stash with Harlan. And he thinks he's a good dude, so, he'll let her know about that stash. Just, keep an eye out. Just in case.
I sneezed. Woo, that was intense.
So,
Like camping. So, over the next couple of days, you notice Ambrose complains a lot about having a headache and feeling awful.
I can restoration that if I need to.
Oh, yeah, he's going to need some of that. But he is doing much better. Like, he seems committed, and Cutthroat Grok is, like, basically chained to him. Does not let him stay alone. Keeps with him. Yeah, keeps with him. So that is good. Any other conversations? I'd like to just give the crew a chance to interact as they see fit. If not, I've got a couple of interactions I'm going to do myself.
oh, go ahead.
Edward is just kind of helping out with repairs on the ship. There would definitely be a nod towards Wakir about, hey, good job on that. And
Besmara's blessings.
You too, my brother. And would just kind of get back to getting the ship up. He wants to get the fuck away from this island.
Bonewrack Island? What, you don't like Bonewrack Island? It's great here.
Yeah,
So nice.
Bonecrack Isle.
So friendly. It's so beautiful there. Come on.
Harlan definitely would have brought up to at least Caius that it may be in the downtime, those of us not overseeing construction or like repair stuff, in the spirit of giving the crew a little bit more voice, is hearing if people like problems they're having, whether it be with a ship or, are there like 2 cliques of people going at it? Any problems people have, they can come and say something under the cover of, being anonymous or whatever in this week, so we can get an idea of, if there's other problems that we're not seeing or that we don't know about, whether it be, like I said, whether it be ship or people, we can get a good idea.
Edward is definitely, while working with the crew on fixing this, he's trying to get the ideas of there can't be a fire if there's no smoke. So
yeah, exactly.
If there's a problem, it needs to be settled before it is ever an issue.
So the nice thing is, right now, everyone is on board with what's transpiring. No one is speaking ill of the captain. There are no questions. There is no smoke. Everyone is wholly focused on the opportunity to get out on their own, do some real pirating, some real actual adventuring, as it were, which is a good thing. You still have that young boy, old Jack Scrimshaw. He's still being held in the lower decks, but we'll get rid of him at some point. I mean, like
Jack.
Drop off, but not get rid of. We're not gonna kill him. Okay, let's calm down. All right, so that is good. So we've got Sandra Quinn's back. Narwhal Tate is back. Everyone was returned. So, Caius, the ship's repairs are almost done in this moment. And it's later in the day. We're going to actually find you. This is a few days after those strange lights appeared at your cabin door. The strange voice that they heard. And you were going to get a knock on the door. It's just a little rat tap tap tap, rat tap 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 on your door.
Enter.
Steps in. You see, it's Ratline Ratsburger, who is one of the little gnome, excuse me, these little halflings. And he steps in, and he's got a little hat that he's got in front of him, and he goes, "Sorry, I'm not disturbing you, sir. I just wanted to run something by you, if at all possible."
What do you have for me, Mr. Ratline?
Well, you see, there's a well, the thing is, the crew and I were a bit concerned because we saw some weird red lights from your room the other day, and I just wanted to make sure everything was all right, sir.
Things are progressing as I'd like. Yes. Working as intended.
Oh, good, good. The crew and I, and you can see as the door is slightly opened, there's a small gathering. You see Arietta, you see Badger, Iwu, you see Mahim, and then Barefoot Sam's are all gathered like outside, like a bunch of like school children that are like waiting. They sent the one in, like listening, and they're like all watching.
Yeah.
Like, well, see, the thing is, and he like plays with his hat. We heard that Asmodeans like to make sacrifices, and we're just concerned that you might start sacrificing the crew, and we just wanted to make sure that that wasn't something that was going to happen. And then you see all of them go, "Whoa!" Poof, and fall over, and a bunch of them get up and scatter to the seven winds, as it were. And he looks very uncomfortable.
Kaya smiles slightly and says, Asmodean rituals vastly prefer willing sacrifices.
Oh, good. And I've been informed by the crew to let you know that none of us are willing, sir.
I didn't think you were.
Very good.
Ballsy
This has
one.
been, thank you, sir. And have a great evening, sir.
Glad to set your worries at ease.
Slowly backs out and leaves.
Edward would 100% just see a big group of people just at the captain's door, just start walking over, everyone leave, and then just be like,
Scatter.
What was that?
what the fuck was that?
Yeah, if Edward pokes his head and he's Kaya should say, "Oh, they were worried about the chance of human sacrifices with the whole Asmodean thing. I told them that wasn't an issue. The most we like is blood from actual underlings."
I like it. I like it. So we
Does
cut
it make him sleep a little easier tonight?
We cut across the ship over to the forward quarters, which is where the command staff, I should call it. That's Star Trek. But your
Officers.
Your officers' quarters. And we actually cut to a scene where you and Griffer Tibbs have decided to, for whatever reason, take dinner together. And Griffer Tibbs has she's been a little quiet this evening. She's not much of a talker, but you two have had a couple of trysts. You've had a couple of interactions ever since the Caius and the rest of you took over. And in this particular evening, you're eating... You've also noticed over the last couple of days, the food's gotten a lot better. Like, a lot better. It seems better cooked. It's not undercooked anymore or overcooked. It's, like, perfectly done. And the crew is starting to talk about how they're really happy that Coop has given up the sauce, as it were. They're pretty happy about it. But she is... she's almost playing with her food. She's got a fork. She's kind of, like, poking at it. It's mostly fish these past couple days. So she's got a fish that she's kind of poking at, pulling out a bone, throwing it on the floor, pulling out another bone, throwing it on the floor. And she looks up at you, and this expression on her face says... she wants to say something to you, but even she cannot find the words to say it. And I'm curious, Edward, and you don't have to try if you don't want, but would Edward give her an opening to negotiate, like to talk, or would he just let it lie in this moment?
I mean, we're sitting having dinner. I mean, if there's something on her mind, Edward is open to listening to that stuff. So there would definitely just be kind of a... Pick those up before we're done, I suppose. If you keep staring at me, I'm afraid I'm going to catch fire.
I don't know. She sets her fork down. I don't know how to do this. I don't know. don't... This life ends up in death more often than it doesn't.
Aye.
I just... Give me a sense motive check. Yeah, you're dumb as a rock, as his fusion.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, you have no idea. She goes to stand up and gives you a long look, turns, walks out the door, and slams it behind her, leaving you alone and probably confused.
Run away. Run far away.
Yeah, he's on a boat.
Do you follow, or do you let it go?
Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, Patrick, don't.
Go.
Patrick, you're dead to me.
I was going to say, for all that's unholy, do not start.
Don't you dare, sir. Don't you dare.
Here I am. No, sorry.
With you already. Trying to think now. That's all that's there. Yeah, Edward would. I think Edward would probably catch her before she went out the door.
She goes to leave, and you grab her by the arm.
Yeah.
She turns around, her fist clenched as though she's about to punch you, but she restrains herself. Let me go.
Edward would let her go, and he would. Edward's going to take kind of a step back, give her space. He knows how Griff is, and just. I don't know what this is between you and I. I don't know. It's the first time I've had somebody that I can trust watch my back besides a lot of the other lads here. I don't know what this is either, Griff. I know what this life is. I know how this life is. So, the best that I can give you is if you want this, I'll give it. But we can't let it affect the ship.
One more sense motive check. See if you can pick up on something. One more. He's gonna fail, and I love it because he's a big dumb dude. I love it. But one more. Just one more. See if you can pick up on something.
He just needs the one good roll. That's all he needs.
Come on.
That was a good line. That was a good line.
Fuck!
Fantastic.
Love it.
Fantastic. All right. She is... You're not going to pick up on what it is, but she is going to grit her teeth. You can see that it looks like she wants to leave, but instead she is going to shove him down on the table, and then we're going to pan out of that chamber and fade to black. Yeah. So there you go.
We eat there. Come on.
Oh, no, I don't like it.
At some point during the this period before the ship leaves for open seas, Caius would raise the point of blood to the crew, saying, "Syl and I both need blood, and we don't want to take it unwillingly, obviously. Once I'm able to lay in supplies out of my own pocket and not have to use the ship's own supplies for recompense, anyone willing to donate a small amount of blood will be rewarded with extra rum rations or extra food from my own purse."
I was just about to ask, says Conchabar. I literally just said my own name, just in case you forgot what I sound like. But I was going to ask what's in it for us, but if there's more rations, I would say, how much blood do you need?
Small amount, couple of ounces.
Do any of you actually know what ounces are? No? It's not that much. All right, you can count me in.
I like to...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I like to imagine this is on top, because Harlan is offered from, like, day one to do it.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he doesn't care.
You're totally
Because
willing to do it.
he's also a fellow infernaling and knows how it works, so he doesn't give a shit. He's
Oh.
happy to help.
Your boy there, your big dumb idiot. He
Which one?
walks over to the captain. He walks over and buzz boo, and offers his arm.
It's a good lad.
Caius says, I honestly didn't expect this much support. I appreciate the loyalty, and I appreciate the willingness, boys.
The only ones that don't want to do it are Narwhal and Crimson Cogsword. They're like, nah, I'm good. We'll just go with normal rations. We're good. Totally fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. But Narwhal Tate is actually going to try to pull Harlan aside at some point. Maybe you guys are working. You're just getting ready. This is like the day before the ship's going to be done. You're just getting ready to kind of wrap everything up. And Blackbeak is your bird, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Brilliant.
that has just shown up out of fucking nowhere, and he hasn't explained shit to anybody.
Yeah, it's just resting. And you see Narwhal is going to walk up and take a look at that bird. And it's not in me often to show gratitude for things that others have done for me. It's been a life of hitting and swinging and killing and almost dying and then not dying and then coming back and hitting and swinging more. And I guess what I'm trying to say here is that's a nice bird. And thanks for saving my life. All right. Well, all right. So
He'll give him like
Yep.
he'll give him like the warriors grip. It's like, we're a crew. We're all going to save each other's ass at one point or another. Just
Right.
remember,
That's right.
you know,
Yep.
if push comes to shove and you have to choose between me and one of the halflings,
Yes.
you owe me one.
Well, that is true.
I just give him a pat on the shoulder and just be
Yep.
like, you know,
Yep.
it's-
Okay. Well, that was
it's all good.
Yep,
It's all good.
No. Yep. Totally fine. Like I said, nice bird.
It's all good. Don't worry about
all
it.
right. Good. Carry on, sir. Yes. I mean, I'll carry on. It just wanders off uncomfortably away from Harlan.
Harlan just gives him a mock salute anyway.
Yeah,
Just
that's
because he
sir.
finds it hilarious.
Sir, yes, good. All right, so we cut to the day where the ship is fully repaired and is ready to sail, and everyone is in their positions, awaiting the captain, give the command to head off, giving the command to set sail, as it were, and everyone stands at the ready. Captain, give the order.
Bring us around the west side of the island. We're heading for the Infernus.
West eye, Captain.
Aye, sir. All right. Lower the sails. All right. Into the headwinds. All right. Get it all going. Pull up the main sheet. That's right. Batten the lashes. Shutting down. Ship noises. Rah! And all the ship stuff starts happening. And we watch as the ship begins to sail. There's a little bit of groaning, a little bit of creaking, and there's also a little bit of a clenched. Everyone's got a little bit of those clenched buttholes in this moment because there's always a chance that the new masts that they picked could have like weakness in it, and as the ship starts to sail, it could break. But everyone kind of grits their teeth. They wait, they clench their butts, and the ship starts sailing, and it actually starts sailing brilliantly. And we watch as the ship makes its way around to the west side, where you can see it's not too deep. It's probably about maybe 50 feet below the water's surface, but you're able to sail over and drop anchor. You don't even have to run aground this time. You can just drop anchor, which is perfect. Wouldn't it be hilarious if you make sailor checks, professional sailor checks, and you run into it? It's like, well, gotta go find a new mast again, and all of the minions, because it's a video game, have respawned. So good luck. Just kidding. All right, so you guys make your way around, and I'm going to use Caius as the ship. So you're looking down, and I'm going to show you guys what this particular ship looks like. All right, what it looks like. And if you bear with me, you guys are looking down, and the water itself is actually very, 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 very clear in this area. So I'm going to move you over to a different map for just a moment. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's right down here. You can see it looks like it sank, and it pretty much went straight down to the bottom. And obviously you can't see the interior, but you can see that mid-deck. You can see that there's these strange sort of like cylindrical... They kind of look like bigger versions of that boomstick that Wakir found, which is interesting. But you can see down, again, almost 50 feet down, you can see all of this. Give me some perception checks as you're staring down the bottom of the ocean, as it were. Beautiful. God,
Water.
I love it.
A lot of water.
I love it so much.
Fuck. God.
Fantastic.
Oof.
God, yes.
Even worse.
Yes.
Still rolls.
Yes.
Still rolls a 10.
Yes.
What?
Yes. I love it.
You know,
I love it.
God,
oh,
I got
it's
a 0
so
point, but
beautiful.
I'm like,
It's so beautiful.
Oh,
you see
I do
nothing.
too.
You see nothing. It looks as dead calm as it could be. You see nothing. I don't know if you know how happy I am right now.
yeah, well, I don't know. We couldn't tell. I don't
Wolfie.
think we had any idea.
Yeah.
Is there anything?
Look on the Discord.
Uh-oh.
I sent you something.
Uh-oh.
Just checking to see if this is available to us. or not.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely available.
Well,
is there
because
any-
it's in racial.
It's
so
advanced racial guide, living creature touched.
it's an R spell, so it's a racial.
Is there anything alive
No,
down?
it's
or
not.
Anything alive?
No, it's Aboleth's Lung. It's Arcanist, Cleric, Hunter,
Yeah, but
Gilman. Oh, it does say Gilman. Gilman
Yeah,
has
so-
it. I would let you guys use that. I'd let you use Aboleth's Lung. Yeah, absolutely, if you want to use it.
because the other
For sure.
I have another one, another version,
Mhm.
but it won't last hardly any time at all.
You
That's
know what?
totally fine.
I'm gonna reroll. Well, no, I don't know if I want to take his joy away though. He's so happy. Look at
Is
his
there
little
anything
face.
good down there?
Well, we got to
Any
get
good
rid of
auras?
I'm just gonna make myself
60 feet.
disappear into my background.
Yeah.
You didn't work.
Just his head. Just your head was sticking out.
Little
No.
Diglett.
Oh no, says Blau.
We need to go. We need
I've
to
got-
go.
I've got the extra hero point.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
You're full of shit, and I don't believe you.
There's a dead dragon down there, guys.
Fuck it. We'll burn it. I've got the one to spare.
There is like a dead like Drake looking thing down there. There's like a giant fish thing. 15. All right.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh, you know what? You know what? You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what? You know what? You know what?
Yeah.
Does the bird see anything that freaks it out?
The bird might. We'll see. See what happens. Yeah, so the bird sees this. Bird sees two really fucking big sharks just kind of like hanging down near the bottom of the area, and they're just kind of milling down there. A couple schools of fish swimming around and what have you. But they're like, that's some big sharks. Knowledge nature on those.
I can do that.
Yeah.
It's the Drahuid. It's a 25 to you.
Yeah, those are great white sharks. They're not nice.
Well, it could be worse. It could be bull sharks.
Yeah, alright, cool.
Caius pulls the officers together and, assuming you report the sharks.
Oh hell yeah! No, as soon as he sees like the bird starts freaking out, he's like, all right, looks harder,
It's
and
down
then
there.
eventually sees him. He's like, oh shit!
Chum the water, pikes and crossbows to the side.
Try and kill him first. I mean, shark can be pretty good eating. That's
If one of them starts bleeding, the other one might eat it.
Oh,
It
no,
might
I
fight.
wouldn't put it past him. It could be worth it. So either try and kill him first and harvest what we can, and try and distract them. Either way,
Yeah, I assume we've been hunting pretty regularly on this island because
I bet we've probably been doing lots of fishing because we ain't got nothing else to
lots
do.
of fishing and hunting. Yeah. Then, I think that's a good plan. Does anyone have anything to add to that? Do we have any? We don't have any siege weapons, do we, on the ship?
You have a couple of
We
ballista.
yeah, we have some ballista. If we can get them close up to the surface, you can ballista fucking shark.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
Get the ballistas to the side.
Yeah,
Good.
Tie off the bolts if we can. Keep them near the
'Cause-
I
surface.
just want to let
Yep.
because they're pretty big, so it's gonna be easier to easier to
get-
hit.
Patrick.
Oh, sorry.
just to let you know, I have Bismara has blessed us.
She always does.
A spell that allows us to breathe water. But we cannot breathe air. We will have to be
So-
in the water as long as the spell is cast.
We had
can
better.
We can save it until we kill the sharks, or we could try to fight the sharks in their own domain.
I think we
Right.
try and get him on the surface. If it doesn't work, then we
I
go
mean-
after them.
I'd rather
Uh,
be in the big boat than not.
All right. Chum the water, ballistas to the side, tied off the ship's, tie off the ballista bolts so they're basically harpoons.
Love it.
Everyone who has a
Captain.
ranged weapon stand to the side.
So, in the interest of that's a really good plan, you guys are able to pull up, like, basically get the sharks up and are able to harpoon one of them, and the other one starts to eat the other one. So, like, the one that got harpooned gets eaten by the one that wasn't harpooned, and you're able to put the other one down or drive it off. And both those sharks are just pretty much very quickly, with the help of the old crew, they are shoot away, killed, or shoot away, leaving you guys an opportunity to swim down as you see fit.
Okay.
Caius would volunteer to go down with the Aboleth
Yep.
slung if no one else wants
Yep.
to.
Okay. Well, I will let you know. It is 1 hour per level. I'm fourth
Okay.
level.
4 hours.
4 hours divided among the people that I choose.
So
We could just be the four of us. It could be. That
I
would give
think
us
we
an
should leave
hour.
someone
it could
up
be
top.
8. It could be 8 of us
should leave
from
someone
the
up-
ship. 30 minutes each.
I think we do
Just
2
kinda-
shifts of 2. That way we could go down there, have stuff identified, and then have the other crew, once it's all on the deck, like haul it up with grappling hooks and block and tackle and everything.
Well, I only
Yep.
have the one spell per day. Should we want to linger, I can prepare it more than once.
yeah.
But it would be tomorrow. So we could investigate today and recover tomorrow.
I think we go down in force, and if we see something, tag it, and then organize a retrieval.
That's actually a good point. I didn't know it was a one spot. I thought it was multiple spell slots he was going to be using. So yeah, I think we go down in force.
Well, I
Yep.
mean, I didn't know if we were going to need more. Of
Go
it.
down in
No,
4,
no,
make sure everything's
I just
good.
didn't know it was a thing you could spread out.
Plus,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
could
it
spread
it
out
is
4 hours.
it is a ship. I mean, it's a defined area that we're effectively exploring. As we're not searching for plane wreckage or something. It's we're going to cover even underwater.
Want
I
to
mean,
check
we're
the
still going to be moving
whole-
at a decent pace.
So, I mean, I would think we go down, we identify everything today, and then we can anchor and
And then I could
retrieve
cast
everything in the morning.
multiple times.
Yeah, we could. Well, what we
Sounds
could
good to
do
me.
is we could organize a
Be ready
anything we
for a fight.
find.
That might
Yeah.
not be the only
Yep.
thing that's down there.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
that's another reason for going down in force is I don't want it to be 2
Yep.
people down there and then it's okay, but it's like which 2 do you send? It's kind of a
And it's
Whole
shallow
thing.
enough we can tie ourselves off to the boat, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Only
Yeah.
50 feet
All right.
down. The deck
Caius is-
itself is probably only down 30 feet, maybe,
Oh, yeah.
maybe 40
Yeah.
feet.
sure.
Yeah.
Then yeah, Caius
Um,
will tie himself off and just kind of loop the rope with a grappling hook around his waist and just hop off in his scale mail.
Sploosh! You start sinking down.
All right, so spells
Going down.
cast.
gonna
Yep.
say
Right.
We have an hour. Well, everybody has an hour of air. Well,
Right.
an hour of breathing water.
Caius, you are the first one to hit the deck of the Infernus. First one to hit the deck of the Infernus. As you land on the Infernus, you are going to give me a perception check. I want to see if you notice something.
Not
behind
bad.
you.
Not great.
You have this, you can't shake this feeling, Caius, that something is watching you right now. And your eyes, somewhere almost instinctually look back in the direction of that little sea cave that you couldn't see from up above. You couldn't see from up above, but you could see it behind you. And as you look into that cave, you see 3 red glowing orbs that look like eyes stacked on top of each other. 1, 2, 3.
It's a crack.
And you hear a voice inside your mind.
It's a crack.
Landwalker. Landwalker in the depth of the ocean. Out of place, Landwalker. What languages do you speak?
Caius speaks Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Infernal, and Sackroth, which is sign language.
It is jarring, this language. It kind of hurts as you hear it. And you see those 3 little glowing eyes sort of sway left and right and left and right. It almost feels a little hypnotic. What do you do?
Caius is going to look away.
Away from it. Very good.
Oh. Looking away. Landwalker. Looking for treasures on a sunken ship. Others tried to come. Others stayed forever.
Yeah, we'll
Caius is
save.
going to. Can I? Okay. Not great.
11.
Just gonna let it go. I'm tied off. I can't make it to the cave. I don't think, assuming our ship's
Yeah.
above this one.
So
Pythagoras dictates.
what you see is you almost feel this draw to look back towards it, and you see not the 3 red glowing orbs, but you see this sort of little bit of a light show going on, and you feel slightly hypnotized in this moment. You're just watching through the light show. Who was next over the edge of the ship down there?
I think I was. I would have been. Edward would have been.
Yeah, probably. Because you're both of our kind of melee guys.
Yep.
Who was that? Harlan?
Edward.
So-
Edward.
Edward, you land, sinking down quickly next to Harlan. Or next to Caius, excuse me, next to Caius. And you notice Caius doesn't quite seem to be himself. He's looking off towards this dark black cave that you see. And you see 3 red glowing eyes as well. But you also hear a voice in your mind. This voice is slightly different. Oh, look it. Little Landwalker, come down. Little Landwalker wants to play. Watch the lights. Watch the lights. A little bit more playful. A little bit more energetic. Give me a will save. Yeah! You notice that those 3 little red glowing eyes, you suddenly like kind of blink a few times and realize it's attached to this really big, nasty looking like fish, like Cthulian fish monster. And you see this thing.
Ooh.
Looks a little bit like this. That's what you see, my dude. You see that thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like back in that little cave and it's watching, and you see that it's got these little tendrils that are starting to come out and are slowly creeping their way across the bottom, the sandy bottom, towards Caius, who's just like,
With Aboleth Lung, can we speak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's anybody else in the water, he's going to yell up to them, and he is going to grab Caius and start yanking on the rope to get pulled out.
Oh boy. So you guys are retreating. Is that correct?
We can't.
Yeah. We camp?
Can't go up for an hour.
We have to breathe water.
You have to
Breathe
breathe
water.
water.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Unless you let me know
Yeah.
somehow.
I mean, we
Uh,
can speak
You could
underwater.
dismiss the spell.
I
Yeah.
can dismiss
Yeah.
it, but I'm not in the water yet.
Yep.
If y'all come up looking panicked, maybe, but
Yeah.
I'll have to roll an intelligence check or a wisdom check. I mean,
Well,
you can try it.
they
All
start
I can-
yanking. The crew starts pulling. The 2 of you start going up to the surface. You see Edward looking super panicked, like that's what you're hearing is there's bubbles are coming up, and he looks very scared.
All right, wisdom check. 18. My wisdom was
It's pretty good.
16.
Pretty good.
So okay.
Yeah.
So I would know.
You would know. I would say you would know.
Drop the spell.
Drop a spell. You guys are pulled back up onto the ship. As you look down, you see this giant Cthulian-looking monster. Give me a knowledge dungeoneering, actually, as it is an aberration. Anybody that's got it.
That's
Don't have any.
it's one of those.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I don't imagine a 13 would have saved either way, though.
Anybody got knowledge dungeoneering?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
You have no idea what this thing is, but it kind of swims out, like its little tendrils paw around and like kind of tick around on the boat. Then it swims back into its cave and disappears.
Awesome. So, looks like someone doesn't want us investigating the ship.
It's intelligent, and it's malevolent, and it's got the advantage.
Just bully the captain on. Just there's always a bigger fish.
Mm-hmm.
We go down and face it for the treasure, or do we go after more mundane game?
It's a great question.
Whatever-
For that matter, do we go down there and chase it for the potential no treasure, or do we go after more mundane game?
I'm not
Have a
seeing
plan
this-
to deal with
that
it?
thing's worth it. I don't know how to fight underwater.
Yep.
I
Whatever
remember,
that thing is protecting the ship. And I don't exactly feel up to fighting that thing, whatever the fuck it is, in open water.
Besmaro's boomstick doesn't seem like it would work underwater.
You know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have Contrabar. He's got some levels in dungeoneering. Let's see if Contrabar knows what that is. He goes, "What are you all bumbling about? I thought you were going down to get some treasure. It's our first I'm sorry, that was rude.
Take a look.
Yes. Oh, what the fuck is that?" And he's going to roll an intelligence check. And oh dear God, it's an aboleth! Nope. We should leave. We should all leave. We should get
Oh.
out of here now. No.
That was an aboleth?
That is an aboleth. Yep, we want to leave. Nope, we should go. We should leave. We should never come back. Nope, this, what ship? Wreck of the Infernus?
Let's sail.
That's never ever
Yep.
existed. The Infernus is a made-up ship. I think we should leave now. Everyone, you heard the captain. Set sail. Let's leave. Gods, let's leave as quickly as possible. And we watch as the man's promise sets sail, and whatever treasure was on that ship is lost to time, which is totally fine.
That's fucking
Oh, you know
horrifying.
what? We have we have a location of it. That information is really valuable to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. So, we see here, we have the man's promise. So we are on to our giant-ass map of the Shackles. Super fun. You guys are due to head off to Rickety Squibs. Over the next week or so, you actually begin sailing, and you end up eventually making your way over to Rickety frickin' Squibs. Now, you were encouraged to go to Rickety Squibs by some of the older members of your crew, because Rickety Squibs has the ability to what's called squib your ship. And does anyone remember what squibbing your ship means? Anybody know what
Changing the lines of it to make it look like a different class or a different vessel entirely.
That is absolutely 100% correct. Go ahead.
It changes the license plate and the serial number so that
That
way
is
it can't be
correct.
It's like going
Yes.
into one of the spray booth things in Grand Theft Auto, and it changes
Yes.
it, and the cops don't want it anymore. It's like that, but for a boat.
Yep, absolutely correct. And for some reason, I had the distance wrong on this, and I'm just quickly updating that, because fuck it, I'll do it live. That looks good. Perfect. All right, so now the distance on this should be correct. It should be accurate. The
Yeah.
distances are accurate now. There you go. It's only about 34 miles, which, honestly, for a ship sailing, that was actually not that far, and you can actually make it pretty quickly. All right, you were a couple of days travel back, but you actually make it up to Rickety Squibs, and as you approach Rickety Squibs, I'm actually going to read a little bit of a description for you, my friends. I know, ooh, super fancy descriptions. I love it. All right, so Rickety Squibs, rounding the tall headland, reveals a hidden cove at the mouth of a wide jungle river. Its sluggish brown water staining the water of the blue sea like an ugly bruise. A series of docks have been built upon this Cusiary. Cusiary?
Estuary.
That's what I said, estuary. Thank you for reminding me. With the buildings concealed beneath the overhang limbs of the jungle beyond. A wooden watchtower stands upon the promontory
Where you can go to the
of the
discovery.
headland,
To the
carefully concealing among the trees to provide a clandestine view of the sea. So you're actually going in this little kind of like private little docked area, as it were. And as the ship pulls in, you can see that there are a number of workers, dock workers, some folks that are out and about, and you can see a man missing most of his teeth, standing on the longest of the docks, and he's got his hand up over his brow, and he's looking in your direction, and you can see this very toothless smile cross his face. And Captain Caius, Sandra Quinn is actually going to saddle up next to you. Captain, if I could have a moment of your time.
Of course.
Squibs is the best quibber, I suppose. The actual art of changing a ship's lines was named after him. He is well known here in the Shackles, but he is also... He is a man that will try to take advantage of you. Be careful. We don't have a lot of leverage right now. We have this might sound stupid, but we have a stolen ship from one of the free captains. And we have no infamy. We have very little plunder. Choose your words carefully with him.
I appreciate the guidance.
Nods, slinks back into the other NPCs.
I think I have infamy.
All right. So
And
move you guys
one
over.
infamy.
And one
Move you
infamy.
guys over to a little dock that you can see right here. I'll ping you guys just a second. And I'm going to introduce you guys to one Rickety Squib. He's going to be huge as he comes onto the map. Boom, look at him. He's enormous. He's a giant. He's incredible.
Oh, God.
He
God,
does
I
look
gotta
like a
cut-
shifty bastard.
Yeah,
I got
but
a cousin that looks like that.
he's on the edge of the docks. He's going to be like right over here. There he is. He's going to be hanging out on the edge of the dock right there. And he sees you guys drop anchor in the harbor, right? You drop anchor in the harbor. Little natural cove. And who's going to be coming over to do this little away mission to go and speak with Rickety Squib?
Caius?
For sure.
Does
Caius.
anyone want to stay with the ship? I think that's a better question because
I don't have a whole lot of diplomacy, and Edward kind of knows that.
Yeah. I mean, Harlan is, while extremely skilled at the skill of diplomacy, he is, probably going to keep his mouth shut.
I like it.
I'll go
like
with you.
I like it.
Yeah. I can stay on the ship. I can kind of keep an eye on shit.
Yeah.
right.
Keep the
Beautiful.
crew.
So you take one of the away boats, the little boats, and we've got Caius, and then it was Harlan that was going. Did I hear that correctly?
Wakir for sure.
Wakir was going?
Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So the two of you, Harlan, are you going to stay on the ship, or do you want to go with them as well?
Yeah, he's going to stay on the ship. He's going to stay up in a
Like that.
crow's nest and keep
Send the
some
bird.
eyes out.
Yeah.
But I think the bird has to be close.
So
But-
you guys take your little longboat, sail over. The entire time, old Squibs is just grinning. This toothless smile. You can see he's missing more teeth than he has, and the teeth he does have are gold and plated with a little bit of silver. And you can see on his hands he wears a number of these ostentatious, like really nasty looking rings. And you can see him just doing one of these. He looks greasy as fuck. Like he hasn't had a shower in
Yes.
years. And he's just kind of doing one of these as you're approaching, and he just kind of puts his hands together and steeples them. And as you pull up to the dock, a couple of his workers, he's got probably a good 20 dock workers. You see one of them, a couple of them are working on another boat that's here. You can see another couple of buccaneers kind of milling about. There's a couple of little seating area. There's a little area to to eat. It's kind of like a little like waiting area, way station as it were. And then he walks over to you all. And he sizes you up. Doesn't say anything at first. He just sizes you up. In fact, he does one of the, takes his hands, puts them out in front of him, and does these and goes,
As he's doing that, Kaya steps up onto the dock beside him. And he's probably about a foot taller than he is.
looking up at you.
6'6". Master
Don't
Squib,
you
I
look
take
a
it.
little out of place?
Fair enough.
Your robes scream Asmodeus. Cheliax, I think. Smell the brimstone.
Right on both counts.
But your ship looks to be... Well, it doesn't look to be Chelaxian. And the one with you there... He looks straight out of Port Peril. Port Peril, I would say, yes. Port Peril.
Maybe the ship will look
Besmara?
chillaxing when you're done with it.
Besmara, yes, it's Besmara, this one. This one is a Besmara lapdog, yes. And I mean that with the utmost respect. Lapdog.
Of course you do. I know my place with my lady.
It's not often that I choose to deal with Chelaxians. It's even less often that Chelaxians choose to separate themselves from the military, as it were. You.
When he looks around as though he's looking for something. Are you wearing a captain's hat?
Yeah, I'm probably wearing the captain's hat.
His eyes look left, right, up you looking for something, and then it settles on the little tricorn captain's hat.
Captain? What's turned you to a life of skullduggery?
1,500 miles.
So it is out of convenience, not a true passion for pirating that keeps you here. Why not find passage back to your devilish lands?
Where there is chaos, there is opportunity for order to take place. Where there's chaos and order takes over, one can find power there. I have already found station here. I have found a place to belong. My motives are my own.
Spoken like a true Chelaxian. I assume you're here for a squibbing then?
The bestest, cheapest squibbing you can offer.
Where did you get the boat from?
It was
Go ahead.
acquired with Besmara's blessing.
I didn't ask you, Besmaran Lapdog. I asked your captain. Where was this acquired, and from who?
Found upon the waves, the man's promise. Couldn't tell you the captain's name.
Whose ship were you on when it was taken as a prize?
The wormwood
Before you
under
answer,
Captain Harrigan.
Captain,
Oh,
before you answer, understand that more information flows through Rickety Squibs than any other port besides Port Peril itself. I never ask a
Then-
question I don't know the answer to.
then why is it you want the answer?
To understand the type of man I am dealing with.
Kaius looks down at his holy symbol hanging around his neck, his pentagram, and looks back up to Rickety Squibs and says, "Well, I will not say I won't lie. It doesn't serve my purpose here. I came here for a squibbing. If you already know where the ship came from, it doesn't matter."
He thinks. He thinks.
The man that you have double-crossed, the man whom you have stolen from, is not a man to take lightly, Captain. You will get your squibbing. But I will also give you this piece of advice. Find him before he finds you.
We have a hunt on our hands.
Well, with that being said, let's start talking pricing. Now, did you have a particular style or look that you were interested in, or was it more of just a artist impression, as it were? I'm much more behind the design work. We could make it look chillaxing if you wanted to, although that might put a bit of a target on your back. And he just goes off on a tangent about design.
He's like, I just have a name in mind, and you kind of get washed along by the guy.
Yeah. He's like,
You want
come,
a diplomacy check for negotiation, or
greasy car salesman. Yeah. So the way you're gonna do the negotiation, is you're gonna give me a diplomacy check to discuss price.
I'm going to assist.
please, thank you.
I was going to ask if our infamy played into this at all.
You don't have
Not
the infamy
yet.
yet.
Some of us have a point or two from our.
Doesn't
stuff.
exist. It's fake news.
I just like the idea of Edward like just nudging Harlan on the shoulder, be like,
So you said
is
I'm going to give a diplomacy. You said, or
animated fellow, isn't he?
so that's a 30 with his +2.
Yeah, no, Harlan would be like, I can smell his breath from here.
Oh, your
And even I am
standard squibbing, my friends, usually runs around 5,000 gold. However, squib starts off at 7,500 gold. Now with that DC 30, you get him back to 5 Gs. You have the funds to pay him.
Where's
we
the
do.
treasure sheet? Does he take trade goods?
Of course.
Then yes, we do.
Very well.
We have two shackles of compliance worth 3280, and then 2 wand of mirror images worth 2070.
Perfect. He will take it. He will take those as trade, and he says that the squibbing will take about 2 to 3 weeks to get done, because they're literally going to be redesigning the hull of the vessel, etc., and going over it. So he asks that you and your crew come ashore, and he will give you lodgings. It's part of the process. He'll give you lodgings and a place to stay in the meantime, and will allow you guys to mill about, as it were, over the next couple of weeks. Do you have any other questions for him?
What is on the island?
Not much. Just jungle. There's just jungle. There's a little inn. There's the docks where they do repairs. And that's about it. That is literally it. So the first couple of days at Squibs are pretty fucking boring. You guys are sitting around. Not a whole lot's going on. There's a lot of like work being done. You can hear it. Some of the crew start to kind of get like bored and start to pick fights with each other. But the one rule on Rickety Squibs Island, no fighting. No fighting with each other.
Hearing that, Caius gives a shit-eating grin.
No business on continental grounds.
Pulls the crew together and says, "Hear me out.
All right.
I fill your pockets with all the plunder we have right now. You act like we're living it rich. And I and the crew and the officers here launch the most aggressive poaching campaign on the other pirate's ship crew.
Oh, try to gain some more crew members from the other pirates that are here.
And
That's
what are they going to
devious
do about it? Stab
and
us and lose
clever.
their ship?
That's good. That's good. That is good. That is really, really, really good. All right. Here's
Walk
what we're
here.
going to do. Go ahead.
Wakir, Edward, Harlan, are you willing to forego your share of the plunder to make our crew look rich? We have six plunder points, by the way. I don't know how much they're worth.
Oh,
Aye.
That
fuck
is
it, why not?
devious as fuck.
Yeah,
I
I've got.
love it.
I took
Pretty
like,
much as Edward's handing everything to members of the crew, just essentially just a finger in the face, no fighting. Like
Just no fighting.
if we don't
We
start
do not
shit,
ruin this.
we do not start shit. If people start shit on us,
Laugh at them
They
and call
get-
them poor for needing to fight instead of drink.
they get in trouble. we do not get in trouble at these docks.
Well, I have a spell called Calm Emotions that I memorized.
Excellent. Babysit the crew then, my friend. I'll start prospecting.
I love it.
Prospecting.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Everyone went from
Redeem threat. Perfect. Thank you so much, Fire. All right, so
Oh,
you guys come up
fantastic.
with this plan. It's a couple days afterwards. You've just started to have the crew start to just spend their money like crazy, going hog wild, laughing about all the plunder they've gotten and how lucky they are to be with this crew. And the captain is the best, and they each get paid triple and quadruple what normal pirates get. The plunder has just been literally the last couple ships they had to leave plunder behind because they had too much. The ship was going to sink. Like they're just going to town on this, just leaning into it, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And as you guys are leaning into it, there are a couple of buccaneers that actually approach you, and they walk up, and they all look a little nervous in this moment. They actually look a little bit nervous. Just a couple of like generic pirate A, B, and C little buccaneers come up, and maybe you guys are milling about. You're watching squibs do some work. It's two of them, and they start to approach. You see them. They're walking down the dock. They're getting a little closer, and they're kind of whispering to each other. And as one of them starts to raise his hand as though he's about to introduce himself to you, I need all four of you to give perception checks, please.
Are they good?
Are they good aligned?
Yeah.
You can assume that unless I say otherwise, no one is good aligned. All right? Just,
I've definitely been asking you to be a shit.
pirates.
Not,
yeah, I mean, no. No, they're not. Yeah.
I want to use my class feature, Wolf.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, my friend. But as one of them raises his hand to say something, you guys notice a aggressive churning, Harlan, in the water. And before you can say anything, a large blue serpentine creature springs forth, chomps down on the buccaneer's head on the right, tears it off, and then retreats back into the water, and there is just blood and churning down there. I'm gonna have anybody that has it. Does anybody have? No, nobody has knowledge of dungeoneering except for Harlan. I think Harlan has it. No, Harlan doesn't have
no
it.
one had it.
Contrabar screams, "Watanaga! Watanaga!" He's gonna be your dungeoneering guy. He's just gonna know what everything is, so he can scream. And this Watanaga pops up, and she looks pissed off. And you watch as Rickety Squib starts screaming at his men to get off the docks. This guy is dead. This guy jumps, running away, going, "Oh God, I'm sorry, Captain. I didn't mean to try to switch ships. Oh God, it's terrible." It's not actually his Watanaga, but he assumes it's just a bad sign. And we're gonna roll initiative and jump into a little bit of a fight as this crazed Watanaga is gonna try to attack you guys. Let's get weird.
Oh my.
Thank you, Ryan, so much for that. I just want to say thank you so much.
Why did it
Boo,
take me
Ryan.
off the turn order?
Yeah, he just doesn't like fun.
6 and 20.
We get a clever idea, and then someone always
Yeah,
goes to.
immediately.
Oh, I'm gonna let you guys roll to gain some additional crew. I don't think I'm gonna name them up front. If we need them later, we will. But we've got a lot of NPCs. But
Yeah.
You'll definitely have some you'll have 1d10 additional crew members.
Yeah, manpower.
Yeah.
Manpower
All
always was fun.
right, let me get the Water Naga in here. Right. Does anyone speak Aquan?
Yes.
She is screaming about how her water hole has been disrupted, and that she will kill any and all who are responsible, and even those that are not. She seems completely out of her mind, like her eyes are crazed. And water nagas normally aren't this crazy. They're usually neutral. This one seems aggressive, and blood is just dribbling down, mixed in with the salt water, and she just looks completely crazed. And yeah, so we're gonna drop into some initiative here, and Harlan, you're up first.
Harley just feels the need to scream back as, "Well, we sure as shit didn't do it," and he's gonna fire. Because of course he's not soon. Of course he is. So, all right. Blow, back row, go. Rapid shot, yes. Point blank, yes. I mean, we're not going off I'll roll 20. How I hate you so much. Yeah. No, it's
Better than
fine.
Foundry. Got him.
How droll.
How droll. That's a sensible chuckle right there.
Yes. All right. 17 and 2 and 10 and 9, which is both not great.
I got it. Love it. All right, you got a 17 and a 10. Both of those miss. They seem
Yeah, I
to
figured they would.
hit a invisible barrier and just ricochet off of her.
Invisible barrier. That's good to know. That will be his turn.
All right, beautiful. The Water Naga. The Water Naga is going to get really angry, and you're going to see her eyes start to turn green, and you watch as this magical-looking acid arrow appears in front of her, and he's going to fly towards Harlan. Harlan, what is your touch AC?
My touch AC is 13.
13. Oh boy. Well, let's see
Yeah.
what happens. Okay, so we gotta just go there, drop the 7, carry the 2, do the quadratic equation, and
Numbers.
3, 2, 1, skadoosh. 11. That is a miss. Oh, acid arrow goes wide. It actually does go wide. All right, so an acid arrow lands into the dock right behind you. It starts bubbling.
We're not paying for that.
That is horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Does she have any reaction to me yelling back at her in Auckland?
No.
She just
She just
No,
seems
okay.
too
she's
lost
kinda
in the
angry.
sauce.
That
Yeah,
shit
so that's what I
bonker.
assume. She's just lost. Yeah, she's just
Yeah.
batshit insane. That's what I
That
thought.
shit insane. It's a little bit of an acid arrow behind you. And then she's going to spend her move action to swim over to here, where she starts menacing some dock workers. She actually starts menacing some of the dock workers over here. And they're like, oh god, no, oh, leave me alone. Go ahead. Next up is Wakir.
Wakir spends his standard action to tell a story about a snake who appeared on a river, and the snake swallowed a person whole, and you could see their body and inside the snake. But a beautiful woman managed to kill it, and everybody gets inspired courage. And that's it.
I appreciate you, Lucky.
Edward, you're up next.
Good man. Good man.
I have to double.
Plus, it moved out of my touch range.
Oh my.
You know.
I'm going to double move. God, get to here. And I can't attack, correct, on a double move?
No, you will not be able to attack on a double move.
Alright.
Unfortunately. All right.
I figured, I just want to make sure.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, Caius the Kidless, you're up next.
Caius is going to full round run to there because he has a 20-foot move speed.
Love that. Beautiful. All right, beautiful. And then Harlan. We're back top of the round. Everyone give me a perception check. Please.
Perception check.
Yeah.
22.
So Harlan, when it rains, Caius and Harlan, it pours. You guys hear some aggressive buzzing coming from the forest. Harlan, give me a knowledge nature.
Knowledge and nature. A whopping 13.
All right, you see 3 giant bees. Like they look like giant wasps flying
Boxing
towards
gloves.
you guys with boxing gloves. I literally I have another token, but when I typed in to find it, this one popped up, so we're using that token.
Amazing.
All right?
I think even if you found the other one, we should by
can't-
law
I
have to
don't
use this one.
wanna- I don't want to use it. It's just
I
like
mean-
these were too perfect. Like I
Yeah,
can't
but
not
you,
use
you,
these.
yeah, exactly. Like you have to.
I need you to send that to me so I can get that tattooed right here.
That is, yeah, I'm pretty happy about it, if I'm being honest. Like,
Because
they're
that
just
is
buzzing.
magical.
Dude,
I love
there's no way that is not like an Air Force unit's insignia. Like that's got to be a
gotta
thing.
It's so perfect. I can't not
Like some
use it.
CBs or
It's so
something.
good.
Like there's no way.
Buzz.
Oof.
It's too
How
good.
far the
It's too
deck,
good.
the next level of the deck behind us? How high up is that? I know there's stairs,
5
but
feet.
elevation wise, just 5 feet.
up. Yep.
Okay. He will definitely shout, something else from behind us. And
there are about a dozen of them, but
oof.
12 of them, but 9 of them, excuse me, are being fought by your crew.
Okay.
And some of the other crew of the other ship here, that's called the Busty Buccaneer, is the name of the other ship being worked on right now. A couple of the Busty Buccaneers crew are fighting alongside yours, which will probably help maybe gain some of them onto your side. Maybe their captain will get killed by a giant wasp. You can take them anyway, right? That'll be good.
Guys, it's
Man.
well, the wasp things are one problem, but this is one currently in front of us. It's gonna take another 2 shots. Well, sell the magical shield. I don't have.
Ryan, you just need to show up all the time, Ryan, and just spend threat, please. Just spend threat.
Don't
all the time.
encourage him.
Ryan,
Beautiful.
Ryan,
Ryan,
Ryan, right here. You're coming to Montana.
Yeah, oh, that's a threat. That was a threat.
Take
That's
another
recorded. That's recorded, my
This is
dude. I don't
threat.
know.
No. That wasn't a threat. That was a promise. Big difference.
Oh, buddy.
No, I just said he's coming to Montana.
Buddy.
We get to hang out.
Oh, buddy.
All right, we'll take another shot at the.
Yeah, I'm
Naga.
just happy to see my
Yeah.
friend. You know.
Oh, forgot. Gotta select my token when I do that.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, I would have said this token action so it pops up when you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Point blank. No.
Beautiful.
Cover. No. Spare courage. Yes. Come on, man.
Wow.
Oh,
Dude, this character
unfortunately,
cannot
goodbye.
roll damage like attacks to save his life. Literally.
Buzz. This one comes up, and it starts to. It kind of does one of these. Starts to
Okay.
be like, yeah, and it's like old. It's
No,
like old
box me
style
like a
boxing.
kangaroo.
Yeah. Does one of these,
Have a bully day.
and it says bully, and then it's gonna try and sting you.
Okay.
Bully. It's charging, so this will be a +8. 21.
That's a hit.
All right, so you get stung by a giant stinger. It definitely hurts. You take some damage. Take
Forgot.
13 damage.
Forgot to roll for the
And roll a fort save, please.
bird.
You
26.
are good. You take no. It's like no. What is it? Is it dexterity damage? You take no dexterity damage, but it goes buzz. It says to you as it flies forward. Seems very angry. All right, and next up we have is the Water Naga. The Water Naga is going to see Edward and is going to go for Edward because he looks delicious, and it's going to try to give him the old bibbity bops. Starting advance 15. That's a miss.
That's a miss.
She goes to chomp down on you, and you are able to sidestep, and she takes out half the dock. And from the ship, you hear Rickety Scripps go, "No, my dock!" He screams, "No, my dock!" And he's like, "I just replaced that! Ah, no!" He's so upset. But that is good. And the Water Naga, that is her turn. She's just going to maintain where she's at. Wakir, you're up next.
Oh, blow me down here.
Blow me, bully boys, blow.
Oh,
I can't wait to find out what the new name of the ship's gonna be. Soon may the Caius men come to bring us sugar and blood and rum. One
God.
more
mouthful
do
today.
We'll take our veins and go. That's so
Yeah.
stupid. I'm done.
Needs a bit of work.
You know what? I was
First draft,
It was first draft. I was working
Yeah, no,
on
it's
it. It's
fair.
not my best work. I fully
Look,
admit.
all I can tell you for sure is needs more combo.
Yeah, but well, you know, I'm working on it. I'm trying here.
Trying it.
Oh, it's so good.
Rosie really needs to work on that song for the ship.
She really does. She's just like pluck, 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 pluck.
I'm going
Work on
to
it.
spontaneously cast.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me make sure. Damn
Uh-oh.
it.
Uh-oh. What are we doing? What's happening?
I gotta
Who are
move
you?
closer.
Okay. Scared?
10, 15, 20, 25,
Nervous?
30.
Okay.
Also, keep continuing my Inspire Courage. And I'm going to cast Command
Okay.
on the Naga.
Ooh.
Flee.
Oh.
My
DC
DC
14. I'm gonna
no,
be real.
15.
15.
15.
It's possible. Oh! Oh!
Wow.
She fails. She fails. The water naga wavers back and forth, and then I believe it is for 1 round. So on
One
her
round,
next
she's gonna
round,
leave.
on her next round, she is going to move at maximum speed away.
Okay, and that means, Zeb, you'll get a free attack if you manage to stand up. Do the next round.
Do this. I'm gonna give.
Actually,
Oh, I got
please.
knocked down. I thought she just took out part
No,
of
no,
the
no.
deck.
She didn't get knocked down. You didn't get knocked down.
No,
absolutely did not
you'll
get
have a
that.
free attack on her when she runs
Yeah.
away.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, if she's just gonna piss off, though.
Buzz,
you know.
buzz! This wasp comes flying towards you, fisticuffs at Harlan, and is going to
Yeah.
try to give him the boops. Try to boop him.
Probably gonna boop him.
And miss.
This-
Rolled
this-
the ever impressive 2.
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
Edward, you're up next.
I'm gonna swing on the Naga.
Buccaneers and your guys are doing pretty well against their wasps. You hear Rosie Cuswell singing a song about, you can't sting me, I'm faster than thee, you can't sting me, I'm the gingerbread man. I don't know. I'm not really good at songs tonight. I'm trying. It's not my best work. I fully admit. I'm trying.
Let me do that.
Yeah, both those are misses, unfortunately. That damage, though, was bonkers. I wish that would have hit.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was bonkers. But no, unfortunately, those are both
16.
misses. This last little bumblebee is buzz, buzz, and it's going to buzz towards the Bismarck priest. 17?
I don't know. I've never been in combat, so I don't know
12
if that's gonna
damage.
hit.
Well, you are now, and I need you
Yeah,
to give me a
that
fortitude
hits.
save.
That hits.
Wakir gets stabbed right in the chest, and Wakir, you are now poisoned, unfortunately.
No, I refuse.
Okay, I mean that's fair. Well, you can refuse to not take 1d2 dexterity damage. You take 1 dexterity damage. You are down 1 dex,
There, since I
and you
forgot
have a
to use
big
it.
old stinger stabbed in your chest, and yeah, some extra damage there, some 12. Caius, things are going strangely. Rickety Squibs was not supposed to be this dangerous, but here we are. So let's find out what's going to happen.
I'm just gonna 5-foot swing at the wasp.
Oh, yeah.
17 for 24.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Ignore the bite for now.
That wasp looks real upset. Are you sure you want me to ignore the bite?
I don't have the bite right now.
Oh man, it'd be really great if you had the bite. It looks angry, but it's up still, unfortunately. It's angry, but it's up still. Anything else?
And he's gonna heal himself
Smart.
for most of the damage.
Arlen, you're up next. You have a giant wasp next to you, buzzing in your face.
Indeed, I do.
I just want to say, I didn't plan this. This is Ryan's fault for spending threat. All right?
You know.
I also still have, I believe, a +5 from somebody. Oh, no, wait, that was last night. Never mind.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to give the GM a +5, I wouldn't say no.
Stop it.
Oh, I mean, never mind.
I'm just gonna get my fiance to come in here with all her channel points and just start dumping them on us.
She should. She should do it.
Yeah, she should.
You guys can get momentum and a +5 to your stuff.
I know.
Momentum means something good happens. +5 to next player roll. +5 to next player roll. Let's go, Ryan. Yes. I shouldn't have asked. Now that I've asked, now he's going to be on your side. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Just never gonna never make it positive. I can't 5-foot anywhere away from this stupid thing.
Having too much fun.
You know what? I got an idea. I got
I
an
chose
idea.
chaos.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna
Ryan
do it.
woke up this morning or this evening and chose chaos.
He always does.
Some
Always
people
gonna
just
wake
wanna
up-
watch the world burn.
Yeah, always gonna wake up and choose violence.
Coca-Cola bottle,
But I,
Pepsi,
Pepsi
glass.
glass? I don't give a damn.
but I crave violence.
Why is this? It's not gonna matter either way. You know what? I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna incur the AOO
Okay.
because reasons.
Oop.
Oh no.
Windy escape.
Oop. All right. Well. Let
For the
me
crew.
let me roll some damage here for you. Well, you were going to take 17 damage. She'll take 7, and give me a fort save.
I mean, windy escape.
I mean, sure. It's well, it's 17 damage, but I knocked it down to 7 because you have DR10 right now.
What the hell do we get DR2?
It's DR10
Windy
for
escape
Windy
gives you
Escape gives
DR10.
you DR10.
Oh, you're right.
I got you, baby. Use that spell all the time, and I love it. Beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. So,
This ain't my first rodeo.
I so rarely play spellcasters.
Wait, Blau. How does this work again? Like, how does flanking work? No, I'm just kidding. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm bad. Bad
Look,
Wolfie.
this is why Calgator
As
smash.
Patrick likes to say, bad Wolfie.
Anyway,
You just take 7 damage. No big deal.
yep, I'm gonna shoot at that one. Try and help my boy out.
You're gonna help out Wakir. I like that. That's good.
Yep,
That's good.
yep.
Okay.
God, what the fuck? I gotta keep the token selected. I forgot to set up as a thing anyway.
And
Let's try it again. Let's try it again.
Plus
Let's try it
5
again.
this attack from Ryan.
Point blank. Ooh. Well, the way I've been rolling, I'm a fucking need.
Oh,
You needed more than that.
come on, dude.
Fuck.
Is that real?
Rolled
All
a nat
right.
2.
All right.
Not even worth it.
I'm gonna give you the +5 to the second attack so that it hits for 3.
All right.
That's how
well,
we're gonna do that. You disappoint me, says
No.
Ryan. Oh man.
Hey, look, get in line. My parents are first,
Oh
right?
man. All right, that giant wasp is gonna try to stab you. 16 is a miss. That
Yes.
goes wide. The water naga's like, oh fuck. It's gonna swim all the way off the map for a second.
Attack it.
Definitely make attack of opportunity on it.
Yep. So boom.
Just your main,
two-weapon
your main
fighting.
weapon.
Yeah, no.
Just
the,
one attack.
Yep.
Yep, it's gonna roll both, but you just take the first one.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's got his weapon in his other hand.
Hey!
Oh.
There we go.
Sad 6 crit confirm though.
There we go. That's unfortunate. Though. That's still.
Oh, I need to fix your crit macro.
That is still
Oh, yeah, I got it.
11 damage on that first slash. And she's not happy about it, but she did take 11 damage, which is good. Alright, so she swings and flies away from you, my friend. Disappearing out into the middle of the water, the little bay area. She's hard to see because it's all nasty and churning and brown and whatnot here. But she's away for the time being. Wakir, you're up next.
You know, I don't like you at the moment, but
Oh, come on. We're playing on a
I'm gonna have to
Sunday. It's been awesome.
Mm.
We got to
gonna
start on time.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
It's not my
You-
fault. I didn't spend the threat, all right? I don't spend my own channel points. I have infinite
Yeah.
channel points. I don't spend them, okay? This is all
Yeah.
Ryan's fault. If you want to take it
Yeah.
out on anybody, take it out on Ryan.
I'll take it out on you.
Well,
Defensive
I accept that.
cast,
I accept that.
instant armor,
Okay.
but I did not do really well on my cast.
Cast level check is 10. Just not great. That's not good enough to defensively cast.
Yeah.
So the spell just doesn't go off. And you don't get attack of opportunity, though, which is good. So you just find yourself right there. Wolf, I kill you. Wow.
No.
It's Automod is saying, do I allow this message or not? I'm going to allow it. Dare Wolf allowed the term, I'll kill you. I mean, fair enough. I could have just banned him right there. How do I ban somebody? I'm just kidding. That's funny. This guy. All right. Twitch is going to get mad at you, Ryan.
So, I don't get
so
this.
fucking funny.
Give me a second, I'm rolling a
Did the
test.
spell get cast? Or
No, it
did
doesn't get
not
cast.
Okay.
It does not get cast.
Alright, so I can try
You
it.
still
again.
have the spell. Yep. You just don't cast it. All right. This wasp here is like, oh, look, a Harlan. Let me try to stab him. 11 is a miss.
11
Edward,
is
you're up
indeed a miss.
next.
I'm going to come to here and swing on that wasp.
Swiggity swooty coming for that wasp booty. There you go.
Yeah.
Buzz
Ooh.
buzz, it says.
No-
My angry
like
wasp noises.
Angry
Nothing
wasp
like
noises.
some good old fashioned thorax.
Ooh,
Angry rotary noises.
I get a +5 to my next attack roll. Let's go, Soviet. Thank you. That is a 13. Does that
This
include the charge?
motherfucker.
Nope, never mind. 9? A 9?
We're rolling so poorly.
You guys need to roll better. Yeah, those are both that's a miss. It's a miss. The giant wasp next to Wakir is gonna go. I'm saving that +5 because I feel bad right now. 15, is that a hit? Tell me that's a miss.
Yes, a hit.
Oh, God bless it. Well,
Thanks, Ryan. Cool. We're just
here we
getting
go.
started.
Oh,
Thanks
give me
for
a
killing us.
fort save too, by the way. As you take 9 damage.
Rolled exactly the same as I rolled
14.
last
That is
time.
unfortunate. You take another D2 dex. Take 1 more dex damage, which is unfortunate. Caius the Kinless, you're up next. Wakir's not looking good.
Yeah, Wakir, seeing how bad a shape Wakir is in, Caius is going to eat an AOO to go
Buzz.
and assist him.
20.
That's a hit.
20. Hold on.
1 damage, I'll take
Or
it.
13 damage. Jesus.
Oh, okay.
I'm rolling like crazy.
He's gonna lay on, or not lay on, touch corruption himself at the same time.
Undo
or
what just happened.
Same amount of damage. Yes.
Some good, not bad rolls on that.
Oh,
touch
those
corruption.
doing pretty good. Flanking, no. Inspire courage, yes.
The Jokering
Four-
dead.
14 is probably not a hit.
14 is a hit on these things. That's exactly
Oh,
what
is
you
it?
need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's
On these
23
is a
damage.
23 damage. Beautiful. It's Buzz Buzz, it says. Arlen, you're up next.
Can I give you 1,000 channel points just to put a threat on Soviets? Like next roll, like wherever it is. Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
He's gonna be doing a game of Mech Warrior, and I'll come for him. All right, I got you.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's true.
I gotta give a
Oh,
message.
also, that 25 would have hit either way.
Yeah, I would have.
There you go. There you go.
Let me just
So,
screenshot the get
you
back.
go, Aaron.
Soviet says get back.
There you go, Aaron. You can have that. You can enjoy that. All right. I might just have to
Oh
eat
my God.
another thing here because
Buzz Buzz.
our boy's not doing that well.
Buzz. Buzz Buzz. Buzz.
And I like Wakir. He's a very supportive guy.
Well, it misses you. This wasp was just like
that's
buzz,
good.
stab, miss.
That's
Buzz,
good.
stab,
Alright, cool.
miss.
All right. Well, that works. So we're gonna. All right. I fixed it. It says there's a token action now.
Okay.
Yeah, there
Good,
we
good,
go.
good, good,
Yeah.
good, good, good.
It's still telling me I have to select a token.
You still have to
You don't have your
select
token
yourself,
selected?
and it pops
Well,
up.
Yeah.
No. The way token action works is it means when you select your token, it pops up in the
that's
top
right.
left.
Okay,
So you
I
have to enter your
gotcha,
token
I
to see it.
gotcha,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
Buzz,
haven't used
buzz. It
macros
says.
since
Buzz,
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, so if you pull it out of your macro bar, you'll have to put your token selected.
There it is. That
Fuck you,
9 is enough to put that one down.
Fuck that one.
The
is-
rapid
attacking goes the other
shot.
one?
The rapid shot flies past next to Caius, puts the other one down. There we fucking go,
Yes.
Harlan. That's what I am
Okay,
talking about, baby.
okay.
You're like thwip, done, thwip, done. Just took you a second to find your footing, my dude. That was fantastic. Absolutely
Like,
fantastic.
having shot 2 arrows, that shit's hard. People that can do it, like I can't.
All right, this one's going to... The water naga comes swimming back super fast and is just screaming. Like, just literally like a banshee's wail, just screaming. And all of the guys have gotten off the dock at this point. They're like, yeah, fuck that noise. They're going to sit at their little desk over here and be like, we're going to do paperwork today because the docks are scary. But this thing is like up here. It's screaming and it's super angry. And it actually is going to crawl up onto the dock and is yelling just ah, at Edward. Just yeah.
I just imagine a guy's at the desk and he looks up, sees a naga, and he's like, "Not my job."
Not
Just
my
keeps
job.
writing- just keeps
I don't get
writing
paid
shit.
enough for this shit.
I don't get not my
here,
department.
Stuff for
Well, here, give
taxes.
us a fortitude save, please.
I continue my.
You are good. You overcome the dexterity poison damage. You still have what you have, but you overcome it, which is good. Love
I
that.
continue my courage,
Love that.
and now
Inspiring
I'm
song.
talking about the Puma Panther who destroys the Cobra.
Panther. Wakir's over there sitting at 1 HP, just like,
I didn't hear no bell.
And
come at me, bro.
hold on a second. Just want to check something. Nah.
Oh no.
No, when Patrick starts laughing, shit's about to go down.
Look at that smile. I
Mutiny.
love Patrick's
Mutiny.
mischievous smile. Patrick's mischievous smile is my favorite. He just gets
I
all
gotta-
There you go.
I gotta be on the lookout for it ever since the mutiny, man. Like,
He's going to pull
So
out
good.
Besmara's
oh
Let's
shit!
go.
She
Let's
is within touch range.
Go.
She has no one around, so there are no other negatives other than the -4.
Get after it. Oh,
23 versus touch.
boom.
But roll poorly.
A
on
chunk of
damage.
her scaly naga skin just gets ripped out. And she looks directly at you and just roars. It's less a scream or a rah.
And Wakir goes,
Oh yeah! There we go.
This giant wasp is like, Buzz, Buzz, I'll get you this time, Buzz, Buzz, he says. And I'm gonna use that +5 that I've been holding on to. It's a nat 1! I used the +5 Ryan gave me, I rolled a nat 1. It misses you completely. Just completely misses you. No hit. Edward, you're up next.
Alright, well, I'm gonna 5 foot and...
I know what it is. Aaron is mad. I took his hat. I mean, he did take your hat, Aaron. He did take
I killed him first, then I took his hat.
You did.
Yeah.
You did kill him and then took his hat.
Our
And
courage
he
is
gives you
on.
anything. Oh, you're right, Ryan. It's right. That was from Sophie.
Oh my god, come on!
Oh man, you guys should have changed your macros. I don't know what you did, but your dice are just hating you right now.
Rolling
You
a nat 7 and a nat 6.
You swing twice and nothing. Caius, you're up next.
Caius is going to move to try and kill the last bee.
Thank you.
It's a wasp, thank you.
Oh, they can keep stinging.
Wasp noises.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
a murder
wasp
hornet.
noises.
24 for
24 for
Boom.
22.
You slash that wasp down to the ground, and it is
God,
out.
what did you roll for that?
Sad
Oh, okay.
buzzing noises. Sad buzzing noises. It is dead.
Yeah.
It is dead. Harlan, you're up
Nice.
next.
All right. Now that I've now been freed from the wasp menace.
Let's go. Let's go, boys.
Whip, Harlan.
Let's
whip.
go,
Whip.
boys.
Let's get some
Please.
flipping.
Let's
So,
go.
All right.
Let's
Shooting
go.
at the Naga. Yes.
I
No.
love it.
No. Yes.
Let's go.
The damage is bad,
Ooh.
but at least it's damage is damage. I don't care.
All right, what'd you get? 23?
Yeah, 23 and a 20.
23's a miss.
23 is a miss.
Correct.
Oh, Jesus
It
Christ.
seems to ricochet off an invisible barrier. Give me a spellcraft
that
check.
that thing's still there. Alright, I can do that.
You're not sure.
Okay,
You're not sure.
Okay.
Yep. The water naga is going to
Fantastic.
try and bite. Is going to try and bite our boy right here. He's going to try to bite you. Coming for you. Here we go. 18 is a miss. Slams down right on the dock next to you, breaking more dock. Squibs once again says, "No, my dock! My precious dock!" And then he screams something about cabbages as well, but we digress. All right, and next up is Wakir.
Oh.
Caius?
Speaking of free action,
Yes.
maybe we should withdraw. It's not our dock, he says, looking back at Rickety Squib.
No, my dock! If you kill it, I'll give you 1,000 off the squibbing.
And Caius grins and looks back at the Naga.
All right. Well, guess what? I'm going to.
You know, Caius, he didn't seem to think much of your captain's hat. I think we should make you a new one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Oh,
cast
make it
Command-
out of the Naga. That's messed
Hey,
up.
there he goes.
That's messed
I'm gonna
up.
make
I love
I'm gonna
it.
do-
I have a
do
thing for
command
making
again.
hats out of my enemies.
I love it. I love
Easy
it.
Calgadir.
Calgadir's
again.
just got like TF2 style hats.
Yeah.
DC 15. DC 15.
DC 15.
command.
That is a command. What are you commanding it to do?
I'm going to tell it to fall.
Ooh, to fall over. And 18.
Yeah.
Damn, it saves. That got a pretty good will save.
Well,
That was
I
good.
know,
That was good. That was
but
good.
you know,
You want to move or anything?
yeah, I'm going to go backward more.
I like where your mind's at. That's beautiful. And as you back up, you actually feel a hand on your shoulder. You actually feel a hand on your shoulder. And as you look down, or look up, I should say, as you look up, you see a friendly face. You see a friendly face. And you recognize it is Sandra Quinn, who has entered the field, and she is going to cast a Cure Moderate Wounds on you, and says, Besmara's blessing be with you. Alright, you're going to get back only 8 HP, but 8 HP is better than kicking the teeth, and I'm going to add Sandra Quinn. They've killed their wasps. They've taken out their wasps. Sandra's going to roll in, and some of your crew members are going to start to show up right now, as it were. And we'll get Rosie in there. We'll get Rosie. Actually, no, you've already got your bardic performance going. Let's get... Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's my boy.
Helmet on. Rah!
Don't you get
All right,
punched?
and then
Covered
there's
in
Ryan
skin
with
holes.
some momentum. There's Ryan with some momentum. Yep. And
he now has the wasp boxing gloves on his hands.
you actually see that some of your crew have gotten onto the wormwood, onto the band's promise, and they are turning ballista towards the
Ballistas.
Naga. Yeah,
There
they're
we
getting ready
go.
to fire. And Narwhal is also in the fight here. Let me get him rolled in. And Edward, it is back to, I believe, your turn. Yeah.
All above a 6, buddy.
Come on, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh! And take us and give us away. So the 24 is a critical. That is a hit. That is a solid 13 damage. Does not confirm. The first one is a potential crit miss, so I need you to reroll the first attack.
Same stuff. Okay.
Given this thing's AC, it's a probable crit miss.
That is a confirmed crit miss. Your weapon deals deals non-lethal damage for the next 3 rounds. Non-lethal damage for the next 3 rounds for that first attack.
It can be worse.
Could be worse.
Much worse.
All
You
right.
have it yeeted off into the water.
Narwhal, he comes running out of the galley area and throws himself at this thing. Just throws himself at it. And he is not attacking. He's actually going to be rolling to try to assist. He's trying to basically roll to lower its AC. He succeeds. Its AC is -2 for the next round. He is assisting. He's basically distracting it. Caius, you're up next.
Charge, damn. Caius is going to cast
Honestly-
Savage Maw.
Honestly, if you want to charge there, I'll allow it. That's like a 2-foot gap. You could just jump over it.
All right. Caius will charge. And
Yeah, you
attack.
could totally charge from there. You have to like jump a little bit, but it's
Yeah, but at full tilt, I mean, he could
All right,
probably
full
make
tilt,
it.
he could make it. Yeah.
Flanking,
Give me an
Inspire Courage,
acrobatics
and
check. Give me an acrobatics
oh,
check.
and okay, and +2 to that
Plus
as
2.
well. So 22.
22.
Skills, acrobatics. You're asking the wrong person. 'Cause I don't even have that on my skill list right now.
That will actually connect with the -2 that Narwhal Tate gave you. And is it a 9? I was looking for a DC 5.
It's
DC
a 9.
5. You're good. DC 5. You made it. You didn't fall in the water. All right, Harlan Blackmane, you're up next.
Okie dokie. Let's see. You know what? I could. What does it take me to cast that fucking thing? Sorry, I'm trying to read a
You're
thing.
good, brother. You're good. Take your time.
This thing is a spell description you can see from space.
Love it.
Well, I gotta move. I gotta get closer anyway. So, let's see. 30.
The Naga is like just blithering about the landwalkers always taking, always ruining, always take, never give back,
Yep.
never respect the water, never respect, and just it's yelling and yelling.
I get
and yelling.
there
It's going
and summon my sweet ass divine trident.
crazy. Ooh.
So the trident of electricity pops up into his hand.
The Electro Trident.
The electro trident. That would be a great band name. It's a free one. It's a free one.
Electro Trident, trademark, Darewolf Gaming, 88, 2023.
Yeah, you gotta file paperwork first, bitch. Let's go.
Trademark.
That'll be his turn, though.
Let's fire the next player roll.
You know who got the 5?
Whoever wants to use it.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
Next roll.
Yeah, next roll.
Oh,
That was
next
his
roll.
turn.
Yeah, my turn's over. So it's what yours?
All right, Wakir, you're up next.
Oh,
By
it's-
Wakir, I mean the Naga. The Naga
The
is
Naga.
going to go for Caius, because Caius just hit it, and it doesn't like that. 18?
Hit,
Ooh.
especially after the charge.
All right. So I got good news and bad news. You take only 10 damage, but give me a fort save.
+5.
You could,
5
yeah,
fort
have a
save.
+5 to it, yeah.
Yep. Hey, it's yours.
29.
Oh, you are not poisoned. You are not poisoned and taking con damage, which is good. And it is roaring at you. Wakir twice round. You're up next.
Walk here, we'll 5-foot step forward. Present Vesmara's boomstick.
Let's go.
Shooter!
Oh, that is a 3.
That is a miss.
Mother cracker.
Sandra raises her own Bismaran symbol and says, Lady of the Sea, bless your faithful. And you guys all have bless active now. All have bless active. Edward, you're up next.
Right?
Oh, Ballista. Ballista are going to attack.
Ah,
Ballista are going to attack. Hold on. The crew. They're going to shoot. This probably won't miss, but you never know. Probably won't hit, excuse me. It won't miss.
it is our large target.
20. Wow. Yep, that'll do
All
it.
right.
That'll do it. And that is 3d6. Actually, 4d6 damage. So a ballista bolt just pierces this thing in the side, and it is now pinned to the dock. Squibs once again goes, my dock! No! But at least the water knock is getting killed, and it now has a -4 to its AC because it's pinned to the dock. So that was pretty awesome. Edward, you're to go now.
I am gonna go now.
Oh! And as it gets pinned to the dock, Edward
double
just
crit.
slices up its belly and then takes his other sword and stabs it up through its head. And it just last words are just sad Naga noises. Sad Naga noises. And
Hey.
the water Naga is defeated.
At least it got more than one turn.
Oh my god, that was what a turnaround that was, boys.
Wow.
What
God.
a turnaround that was. Jesus. Squibs comes over and is like, my dock, my precious dock, my precious dock. But as thanks for defending his people and his workers against the vicious water naga and against these horrible buzzing creatures, you guys are awarded 1,000 gold off of yours. You can put 1,000 gold back into the treasury. The next couple of days go by without too much of an event. The crew of the Buxom Buccaneer are starting to talk. You're starting to hear some rumors, starting to hear some conversations about how they are interested in, we should try it out. I mean, this guy seems pretty cool. Did you see how they fought that water naga? Yeah, the crew all works together. Did you see that? You see that one guy? Yeah, he was like getting stabbed a bunch but didn't die. They must be blessed by Besmara. That was pretty amazing. And you were actually approached, Wakir, by one of the crew of the Buxom Buccaneer, and he's got some questions for you. He asks you, what is it like aboard your ship? Why do you choose to follow your captain?
Captain follows the code to the letter. It is his nature. Well, he doesn't worship our god. He has signed on. Next, we
Next crew member. That's
yeah, that's what I meant. Next,
I love that. And he nods. I'm gonna have whoever's feeling lucky roll me a d12.
Sure as fuck ain't gonna be me.
Oh,
I got it.
yeah. Love of God.
8.
Hey.
You guys gain 8 additional crew members. You gain 8 additional crew members, and your crew is looking a lot more full. It's gonna be a lot easier to sail this ship. So 8 come over. The captain of the Buxom Buccaneer wants to have a conversation with Captain Caius. But as he approaches one day, he sees all of your crew around, and I would like to imagine a scene where you guys are all sitting around eating and drinking, having fun, spending your plunder, and he walks in and everyone goes silent and looks to him and his first mate, and they're just like, you see Griffer just like chewing, you see Narwhal like go to put his helmet on, and the captain just turns, goes back to his ship, and the day after they end up leaving with less crew.
Yeah, Caius grins at him and raises, his glass.
Three cheers for Captain Caius. Hip hip hurrah! Hip hip hurrah! Is it true about the blood thing? Hip hip hurrah! So it's been about 2 weeks now, and things are going well. The crew is doing well. It's just been you guys in port. When you guys see some sails, near the cove entrance, the cove entrance to Rickety Squibs. And I'm going to have you guys give a profession sailor check to see if you guys can recognize the particular flag on this ship.
Mission sail.
Yeah.
It's in background. I always forget it's in background.
God.
21.
21. Not too shabby. You actually recognize this particular flag, this particular pirate flag, as belonging to one of the Shackles free captains. One of the Shackles free captains, a man by the name of Captain Mariel Pegsworthy. Captain Mariel Pegsworthy. Now, what you know about Captain Mariel Pegsworthy, you know a couple of things with that shack. He was at one point actually a member of the military, not the Shackles pirates. He was a member of the military, and he made the decision both for himself and his crew to turn to a life of pirating, He was actually a military man of Andoran, bound by honor and duty to a cause, but he has since found faith in such things to be based on illusion. So if you know anything about Andoran, it is the land of constant like upheaval, revolutions. It's a land of free. It's basically like Pathfinder America kind of thing. It's like Pathfinder America land is the best way to describe it. Like USA, like everyone's like Andorian.
Oh, like
Andorian. Yeah.
Hyper Patriots.
It's like colonial hyper patriot land. And he gave up. He gave up that life and came here. And as he lands on the dock, you see it is him. Several of his crew are with him as well. And as they arrive on the dock, they give a look at you guys. You guys give a look at them. You can see that they have weapons drawn and they look ready for a fight. Squibs leans over the edge and goes to say something, but Sandra kind of boots him to the side and says, "Captain, if you're open for some more suggestions, now is an opportunity to get in good with one of the current free captains. I think a parley would be at hand rather than fighting."
Oh, they wanted to fight us, not squibs.
Yes.
Parlay. Kai's just ready to sit here and lean on the railing while I kick the shit out of squibs.
That's hilarious. And the captain nods and starts to step forward and comes about halfway up that dock and waits there for you.
Kais goes about halfway up, stops about 10 feet away from him.
You notice. First
I'll
thing
go
you
with
notice.
him.
Okay. He came alone, but that's fine. His first mate then walks up, gets next to him. It's like, all right, well, I guess if we're, I thought we were just gonna have a captain's only meeting, but fair enough. So he steps up, and you notice the first thing you notice about him is he has a nice wooden peg leg. It's very nice. Looks to be made of like mahogany, rich mahogany, wood peg leg, varnished very nicely. And he eyes you up and down. The man, Captain Mariel Pegsworth, he doesn't look aggressive. In fact, he doesn't really look like a pirate. He looks like an officer of a well-to-do military. He has he looks like his token looks. Let me blow that token up here for you really quick.
Kais and him look pretty similar then.
Yeah,
they don't
you
look
actually
like
look pretty similar. And as he stares you up and down, he says, "My friend, you don't look like a pirate."
Likewise, we have reason for quarrel. I saw you come ashore with bare steel.
One can never be too careful here in the Shackles. Though I have made my livelihood and my life here in its pirate-infested waters, and as he says that, his first mate kind of chuckles. He says, "I have learned to tread cautiously. That caution has kept me and my crew both alive, well-fed, and our coin purses heavy. What is your name, good sir?"
I'm Caius.
"And you are the captain of this vessel I see here?"
So, yeah, no, the other one left.
It's only about halfway done being squibbed, and you can see he has an eye of like a recognition on the vessel as he's kind of looking at its lines. You see like Mans has been crossed out, but Promise is still on it, and a new name is getting prepared to be made, like getting carved into it.
Yeah, stenciled in.
Yeah, stenciled in. He goes, "You were part of the crew that turned on Branimus Harrigan, weren't you?"
We didn't turn on Harrigan. We turned on Plug and Scourge.
"I can only imagine. those two, from my brief interactions with them, were not to be trusted.
It
Many-
seems they had the same plan.
Many think that the pirates of the Shackles are without honor, without a code. He looks over and he sees Wakir on the dock. He nods his head to Wakir, kind of a respectful nod, and as he does so, he actually pulls out a little symbol of Besmara, places it on his, like, just kind of brings it out from under his shirt collar, as it were, and lets it hang in front of him. And he says, Harrigan is looking for you. He has met amongst the free captains to put a bounty on your head. When I saw the ship, I wanted to be careful. I know the type of man that Harrigan is, and I can only assume that your short stint with him was not of your choice.
No.
Nods. One thing I have found as a captain of the Shackles, as a free captain, is that a crew that comes to you of its own volition is far stronger, far healthier, and far more likely to win both their lives and plunder than one you press gang into service. I respect you for taking your freedom back.
Can we trust you not to spread the new name of the man's promise?
Man's promise. I heard that ship sunk to the bottom of the Shackles. And he smiles.
Thank you, Captain.
This guy. I like this guy.
So Caius, it was, yes?
Guys.
What are your plans now that you will have your own vessel? You seek to become a free captain amongst the Shackles? You seek to leave these waters and sail elsewhere? What will you do with this freedom?
Right now, I think I need to satisfy my promises to the crew that got me here. We'll find plunder. Or we'll seek plunder, rather.
Would you take dinner with me this evening here at Squibs? I've arrived to have a little bit of work done on my ship. He is the best shipwright in Shackles. I'd like to discuss some... Let me put it this way. When I took on the mantle of free captain, there was no one to give me advice. I see something in you, Caius. I know we have just met, but... As I said, you don't look like a pirate. I didn't either, and I still don't. But perhaps I can impart some wisdom upon you to give you a leg up that I didn't have. And as he says so, he claps his wooden leg on the deck a little, like, once, twice.
Yeah. Caius gives kind of a wan smile at that and says, I'd be happy to join you. Are my officers invited?
I would be offended if they didn't attend.
Excellent.
And
Then I'll let you ashore, Captain. You know, he steps out of the way of the barring the dock and gives him a sweeping.
He turns back to his first mate. Let the crew know that the crew of the... What is the name of your new ship, Captain?
Caius kind of looks to Edward, then says, the Devil's Deed.
He smiles. Like it. Let our crew know that the Devil's Deed, their crew, are friends, fellow pirates. They are to be respected, treated well. Aye, sir. I'll make it done. And he turns back to Caius and says, let's talk about the steps to becoming a free captain. I think it's something that, if you're looking for what I think for, you're going to want to consider. And he motions for you to kind of lead the way, and he follows behind you, as it were.
Yeah, lead him over to Harlan and Wakir and introduce them. This is Edward, my first mate.
Hello.
Harlan, second mate.
Nice firm
And
handshake.
Wakir,
Nice firm handshake.
boatswain and chaplain.
Ah, a fellow Basmar knight. Good to see that our goddess has not been forgotten. I think many of the pirates of the Shackles have forgotten who grants them the ability to raid and exist on the seas. To anger her is to anger the ocean. I will do no such thing.
It's good to keep like-minded company.
Yes. Well said, sir. Well said.
Yes, it
All
seems as of
deities
late
must be
that
offered their due.
Bismara and Gozra have been getting along exceptionally well, and gives a nod to Wakir.
Very, very good. So you guys meet with him, and effectively what he does for you is he gives you a lay of the land. There is something. He almost seems almost too friendly, but what you realize it is that though this man is a pirate, at his heart he is still from Andoran, and he still believes in freedom. You get the impression that maybe he's had a run-in with Harrigan at one point and kind of has a vendetta against him. So helping you is a way to get back at him without directly going into conflict. So what you learn about the pirates and the free captains. The free captains are sanctioned. They are sanctioned by the Pirate King, the Lord of the Shackles. All right? And I'd like you all to give a profession sailor check, please. So the free captains are a council of pirate lords that effectively run all of the pirating that takes place in the Shackles. Think of them like a council. So there's no actual per se ruler. There is the head, basically the pirate king, as it were. His name is Kerdak Bonefist. He is the top of the food chain when it comes to the free captains. He sits at the head. He is normally in Port Peril, has one of the largest fleets in all of the Shackles, and all of the free captains at one point or another, if they want to become part of that inner council, have to present themselves to him. Now, the best way to do that is to grow both in infamy and in plunder. So the more infamy you have, the more ships you take, the more plunder you spend, the more money that you have to throw around to show how successful you are, the more likely it is that you will catch his eye, that you will basically get on the docket to where he might even want to meet with you. Now, the benefits of that is if you become a free captain, you are able to pirate in places that currently are off limits to you. You can do them, but if you get caught, a bounty will be put on your head and you will be hunted down by every other free captain in the Shackles, and there's more of them than you. So you want to do it right. There's even rules in criminality, as it were, is what you're learning here.
Oh yeah, of course.
But are there any specific...
Caius pulls out his rule book.
Yeah, his rule book. Are there any specific questions you have for him in this moment, as you were having this dinner, this meal with him in the evening? In fact, I'll move you guys over here.
With Harrigan putting a bounty out on us, is that kind of like if we were to pirate where we're not supposed to? Like, is every free captain now gunning for us?
They're going to be looking for the man's promise. That is what they're looking for. The likelihood of them finding you, unless you start throwing his name around, or if Squibs doesn't do his job well, and you hear Squibs from like in the room go, "I always do my job well. Hey, fix that dock." He's still fixing the dock. He loves his dock. Gotta have perfect lines.
You gotta have a good doc.
But he says the likelihood of them finding you after a good squibbing is low. I wouldn't worry about it too much. But as you grow in infamy and as your names start to get thrown around in tavern halls, in ports, on other ships, he will figure out who you are. You want to make sure that you have grown in strength, power, and reputation. That is to say, infamy, prior to that happening.
Where would you go looking for your first prize?
Size a
Well,
little bit.
Where should I go, given that you have better hunting grounds available than I?
I would start in the southern reaches of the Shackles. There are Rumandani merchant vessels that make their way to and fro south of the Shackles. Where did you come from prior to making your way here?
Came from Peril, right? We got
You came
Shanghai
to
to
Peril, you
Peril.
went north, and you
Peril,
came
then
south, and you spun around, and you guys
Bonewrack
ended up being
Island.
shipwrecked south of here on Bonewrack Isle. You can even mention that, and he goes,
Yeah.
the waters around Bonewrack Isle, there are shipping lanes that way. I would I would raid those areas, gain as much plunder as you can, return to the Shackles, spend your money in some of the ports, spread the word of your deeds, the tales. There are even some villages along the coast of Ramdani that you can raid as well. That would be the locations I would start at.
The next port of call, something a little bit more substantial than this.
Nods his head back and forth. Wibbs will be a good place to turn in your plunder, at least until you have a small name to go by. I would stick to here. It's secluded. It's... Although you would think they would come looking for you here, no one would think you stupid enough to return after a squibbing, so it will be safe.
Imagine it keeps to a small pond as well.
It does. But as you guys have this meal, you pick his brain, he gives you as much advice as he can. We come to about 3 weeks after the events, after these events. No other water naga, no other boxing wasps show up for you, which is good. And it comes to the day of the re-christening of the man's promise, the devil's promise, I believe is what you said.
Devil's Deed.
Devil's Deed. All right, let me go over to Prove the Man's Promise. Let me rename that folder. The Crew of the Devil's Deed. D-E-E-D? Deed?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Devil's Deed. Everyone is gathered around the front of the ship. The lines have been turned... They look a little more chilaxian. They look a little bit more angular, a little bit more... There's some more red and blacks on it. I imagine little red and black motifs. If you have a different idea, Blau, please let me know. But like red and black motifs. It looks almost like... It almost looks like a shadow sailing over the water. It's the best way I would describe it. It's pretty intimidating, I would say, the Devil's Deed. And Squibs hands you a bottle of some sort of liquor. Not the top shelf stuff, it's a low shelf stuff. But he says, well, it's bad luck for a captain not to christen his new vessel. Say something, Captain. Give a speech.
Smashes the bottle against the side of the vessel and says, to the Devil's Deed and the adventures that shall bring. To the crew and the plunder we'll take.
And there is a loud roaring as the crew rises up, hip hip hurrahing. All the new crew members are hip hip hurrahing as well. And as you stand there looking at your new scary looking ship, you look at your crew. You look to the setting sun as it is setting this evening, and you think to the adventures that are to come. I think that's a good place to end today's session. That feels good. That feels good right there. I like it. Well done, everybody. That was absolutely well done. I'm going to give everyone an additional pirate point. We're not calling them hero points anymore. They're pirate points. Give everyone a pirate point for an awesome session. I thought that was fantastic. And our next couple of sessions, this is going to be every Sunday moving forward. Thank you guys again for making this change. That was perfect. Our next couple of sessions are going to be mostly you guys plundering, sailing, fighting. Okay, so the idea here that Pegsworth gave you is that you guys need to gain a bunch of plunder and then spend that plunder in ports to gain your infamy. I have decided I'm going to be tracking your infamy in the background. It's basically a mini game that goes on, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of track it in the background, and when it seems thematically appropriate, we're going to move on to kind of the next session, okay, the next steps, all right? So what I want you guys to think about, there are a couple of different types of pirating that you can do. You can do ship to ship, you can go raid a coastal village, or you can go treasure hunting. All right? I don't need an answer right now, but you guys talk amongst yourselves on the Discord and let me know which one you'd like to do first, knowing that we'll probably get more than one in during every session. But what our next couple sessions are going to be is I want you guys to focus on kind of building relationships with the crew, okay? Building up some of the other NPCs. I want to try to breathe some more life into them, All right, is my hope. That's one of the things I love about this is that you have this robust cast of characters. So let me know, think about it over the next week or next Sunday. Think about what characters you'd like to get to know better. We've got a little bit of Contrabar. We've got a little bit of Rosie. We've got Narwhal, but there's some other characters we haven't really dealt with too much, right? I want to get to know them a little bit better as well. I'm starting to give some of them character levels. But, doing character levels all at once for like 20 different characters is a lot, right? So I'm just kind of taking my time. But does anybody have any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we get ready to tie things up here today?
I think I'm all right.
That was a great session,
I'm
everybody.
good.
Had a lot of fun.
I did find a unit that had the Wasp with the 4 boxing
I love
gloves
it.
on it. It was a USS Wasp in World War II, CV7. It had a
Brilliant.
Wasp with 4 boxing gloves on it.
Absolutely brilliant. I wanted to say a special thanks to our viewers. We were averaging about 12 to 13, 10 to 13 viewers today. So I want to say thank you, everybody, for stopping in to watch. I hope you had fun. We will be back every Sunday moving forward to do some more pirating. And yeah, just good job, guys. Like, I was a little nervous there with that Water Naga fight. I was a little nervous,
Yeah.
but it went okay.
We had it. We had it.
No, you were down to 1 HP, Wakir. You talk a big talk, but you were 1 HP
Hey.
away.
Look, that's a habit for him, all right? It's,
Yeah, that is a
it's
habit
fine.
for him. That is
You
absolutely a habit.
you're
He's-
still at full power with 1 HP.
True.
It's true.
Still
You're
at
not
full
wrong.
power.
But as I always say at the end of every session, thank you so much to the players for playing. Seriously, without you guys, this is impossible. And I'm so happy to have this on this day now. Like, it's going to be so much more consistent. It's going to be great. Thank you to the viewers for viewing. You guys have been awesome. Love the chat that we had in the chat today. Happy gaming, everybody. We will see you next week. Same game time. Same pirate time, same pirate place. That's what I'll say. Same pirate time, same pirate place for session 9 of Skull and Shackles. Until then, be well, be safe, and we'll see you later. Cheers.